can you win? You can't win. The game is fixed. So when they say, why do you burn down the community? Why do you burn down your own neighborhood? It's not ours. We don't own anything. Trevor Noah said it so beautifully last night. There's a social contract that we all have, that if you steal or if I steal, then the person who is the authority comes in and they fix the situation. But the person who fixes the situation is killing us. So the social contract is broken. And if the social contract is broken, why the do I give a? You broke the contract when you killed us in the streets and didn't give up. You broke the contract when for 400 years we played your game and built your wealth. You broke the contract when we built our wealth again on our own by our bootstraps in Tulsa, and you dropped bombs on us. You broke the contract, so your target. As far as I'm concerned, they could burn this to the ground, and it still wouldn't be enough. And they are lucky that what black people are looking for is equality and not revenge.
Man, I swear you see from the heart exactly how I feel. And you saying what a lot of people feel. Thank you so much for coming on this morning, especially given the emotional weekend that we have had. And one thing you speak about in your message is the social contract of justice. Whatever. Y'all give it up for Kimberly Jones. Welcome. Good morning, Kim.
Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you guys so much for having me.
No, man. I watch your videos 100 times. Where are you based out of?
So I live in Atlanta, but I'm originally from Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Shout-out.
So shout out.
I'm a Skyliner like brat.
Right. Happy to have you this morning. That was so powerful, and thank you for coming on. So you talking about social contract of justice. How do we mend that contract?
Well, I think one of the things that we have to do is we have to do collective education in our communities that's exterior to the education that they're getting in schools. You know, we talk a lot about voting, and I definitely believe that we should vote, but we have to push the envelope a little bit further than that. We have to form pacts and lobby, because that's the only way that we're going to get these laws changed. We have to take a little bit of spirit of the ancestor Rudy Lozano, and we have to be proactive about who are getting in those seats. So just voting for the lesser of two evils doesn't assist us, but he would go into communities and look at the person in the community who cared about the community and put his group behind them and get that person elected, so that you knew that they were going in with the idea of taking care of the community. So we have to do a lot less passive work at this point, and we really got to get proactive and understand that there's going to be, huge change and not incremental change in our community. Is going to be, via our hands.
And Kimberly, what do you think our demands should be?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I think that we need to readjust how officers are processed in this situation. We should definitely get rid of all those laws that allow them to say that they were working within the realm of their job in doing these in committing these murders, because that's what they are. And I think that the other thing that we need to ask for is, first of all, they owe us a whole lot of money. And if anybody listened to the video and heard my theory on monopoly about how we've built the wealth in this community, and then they want to talk to us like we're asking for a handout when we're asking for, fair taxes and for there to be changes in the way in which people are allowed to, come in our communities and build stores and then price gouge and all of that stuff. All of that stuff needs to be adjusted. We need to put together a comprehensive plan on rectifying all of the atrocities that this country has done to African American people.
Yeah, I mean, and you have been out at all of the marches, all of the rallies. What are your observations on the impact they have made, and how they are going?
I definitely think that because these marches have been worldwide, that there's been a global view, which it doesn't, surprise me at all that this is on the back of a pandemic where people had to sit and process and grapple with the issues as opposed to being able to swipe by it like they have before. So I think that the world is listening, and I think the stage is set for us to finally make some demands. But the next step now is to start organizing and planning and coming up with good plans. I'll tell you one thing I observed observed that kind of struck me is I've been out there, and predominantly what I've seen is young people, which is, completely inspiring to me to know that the next generation is trying to be engaged. But what did bother me as a Gen Xer is that there's not enough of us out there. So we're wondering why these things are bubbling to a point where there is violence, where there is rioting, where there is looting. Well, guess what? Auntie and uncle sitting at home watching it on TV, because I was literally at a march a couple weeks ago, and the little boy picked up a brick and he looked over me and he dropped it. Because you're not going to throw a brick in front of Auntie. You don't want her to see you do that, even if she's your auntie theoretically. And so the older generation, we have to get engaged. We have to be out there. We have to be having these conversations. We have to be organizing and structuring these marches in a way that they're productive. We've left our youth to figure it out on their own, and that's not fair.
Right. Kimberly, so now this is what I believe. I believe that the president of the United States kind of fan all of this racial hatred towards black people by dog whistling the police, telling the police not to be so nice, and at the Trump rallies, when you see anybody that protests Trump get attacked, and now all of a sudden you got all of this entitlement, these all of these Karen videos and stuff, and me personally, I feel hated. These past few years when I go into the grocery store or whatever, I feel uncomfortable and hated. How do you feel about the atmosphere, and do you think there's a lot of stuff that's coming from the top that's making people comfortable in their racism?
Oh, yeah. He has set an environment where people feel super comfortable expressing, let's be honest, feelings that they've had all along, but they just haven't felt comfortable expressing them. But, we all mimic the parent, right? So if you're allegedly the leader of this nation and you are expressing this kind of behavior and sentiment, then people feel free to finally come out and be like, okay, we got our guy that makes us feel comfortable behaving in this way. We already mistrained the police. We already, when we scout for police, we do it incorrectly, because we don't show videos, recruitment videos of the friendly neighborhood cop that's making sure that the community is safe. They show tactical military style videos. And if you want to be this guy, the guy that's out on the street shooting the people and robbing the bad guy, then come join us. And then we've switched from community policing in the training to a more militarized training. Even if you look at the uniform has changed to a more tactical uniform. So there's already some adjustment that needs to be made in the way you can get a barber's license. And it takes you more time to get a barber's license than it does to become a police officer. That's the level of training that we're offering them. And we're also asking them to deal with situations that they shouldn't be dealing with. They shouldn't be dealing with neighborhood disputes, business disputes, people with mental health concerns. So we need
elementary schools.
That in time. Elementary schools. You have schools that have a police officer on staff and don't have a nurse or a counselor. And that's ridiculous. And so with that being said, they're already mistrained. And when you take someone who's already mistrained and who's come in and they want to be a ruffian, and then you got the guy at the top making jokes, talking about you guys are putting their heads in the car, don't worry about that, then that rogue nature escalates.
Wow.
And we got to own that.
Wow. So you got a book out called I'm Not Dying With You Tonight. So everybody need to get that book. And how can they order the book?
It's available everywhere books are sold. If they want to go to my website, they can get it directly there at kimjoneswrites.com. But, everybody sells at Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, all of them.
I'm going to order it. Kim, y'all make sure y'all support. Hey, Kimberly, please don't be a stranger. Come on this show anytime, any message you have to get out. I absolutely love and respect you. I cannot wait to meet you. We were so excited when we saw your clip. Like your clip brought everybody to tears. And it just came. And thank you for expressing your expression, your knowledge, and your passion, and everything that you're doing in the community, trying to help us move forward. We really appreciate you coming on this morning.
I really appreciate y'all. And can I just say really quick, I just want to give a special shout out to Eva, because she was one of the first people to post it. So I appreciate you, sis.
Oh, my pleasure, sis. It's one of those things where you spit knowledge, you gave us
Yep.
education and information, and at the end of the day, we all deserve to know the information that you spit so freely. So thank you for your courage.
Thank you, guys, and I look forward to talking to you guys again.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up. Show your love. The one and only Kimberly Jones. Make sure y'all go and get her book. Go get the book. I'm Not Dying With You Tonight. Make sure y'all download that. Go get the book, y'all. Kimberly Jones. One more time, Kimberly Jones. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.